Okay, guys, I'm going to be doing my practice interview for Delta. I recently applied for Delta and also United. So, excuse me, I'm going to be doing my practice interview for United. I applied for United Airlines for flight attendant and also Delta. So, I'm going to be doing my practice interview for Delta. And I kind of like got certain interview questions that they're going to be asking you, and I wrote down. I'm going to like go back and forth, on how I'm going to do so. Here it goes. They're going to ask you, okay. And when they ask you questions, always remember to use the STAR method, which is STAR. Describe the situation, the task, the action it took you, and the result of it. Or sometimes you can always just keep it short. Okay. Name a situation that you took the initiative. The time that I took the initiative is when I was working third shift at, a current restaurant by the name of Popeyes, which is a fast food restaurant. I worked third shift, and before I was getting ready to, clock out, a former employee called and called off. It was a kind of emergency. So I proceeded to speak with the manager and let the manager know that, Rebecca was going to call off because due to an emergency. I proceeded to let her know and say, okay. So my manager gave me the options whether he was going to call back up for, for somebody to cover the next shift, or would I decide to stay. So to make things easier for my manager, last minute for him trying to find, it's going to be difficult for him to find somebody last minute to cover, the morning shift. So I took it upon myself to cover the shift until somebody comes, to cover the shift the next morning. And why I did that, I made it easier for my boss so that he wouldn't have to take, forever to like find somebody. And he was so relieved because when I first let him know, he was kind of like stressed. So he was very appreciative. He thanked me for going out my way and staying, for doing a double shift. And, you know, he was very well pleased. Okay. A time I worked with a difficult worker. A time I worked with a difficult worker, I was training one of my two, I was training two employees that my manager chose me to manage. One, and I was working at, Popeye's restaurant. One always, picked up everything and got the customer service skills down once I go over everything with them about, how to greet customers, and then the other one didn't really pick up as quick as the other one, Rebecca and Elizabeth. Rebecca got, everything down packed on how to greet customers. Always, and I will show demonstrations on to always be poised and always smile and greet the customers and tell them, "Good morning. My name is Catrice. How may I help you? How may I assist you?" And I would give them demonstrations on how to greet the customers. I always tell them if it's the morning time, I always smile, welcome them, "Hello, good morning. My name is Catrice. How may I help you?" And wait for them to respond, and I would give them a chance to say the same thing. And Elizabeth would like kind of get tongue tied, and Rebecca would just get it. So to better help her for her frustrations, instead of just getting upset with her, I try to put myself in her shoes because she was a student, former high school student. It was her first job. So I've learned to be patient with people because everybody's not going to get it in the first try. So I volunteered to, she's a high school student, so like after school, I would help her go over, I would act like I was a customer, and I would give her the chance to be the employee to go back and forth, and we would each practice and everything, and it kind of built her confidence up. She was like relieved, and as the weeks went on, Rebecca got, I didn't have to train Rebecca anymore because she kind of got everything unpacked, and I was independently working with Elizabeth still. So employees, our customers will come in and notice that she's doing a great job, and they will compliment her and tell her like, "Keep it up, good job, you got it." And it would build her confidence up. And she said, and she thanked me, and she made sure to let the manager know that thanks for choosing, me for helping her and being patient with her, because not everybody can be patient with her. And I just try to put myself in her shoes. The time you work with a dishonest worker. The time I worked with a dishonest worker is when I was working at the Ritz-Carlton Hotel. our policy is to, we're not allowed to take anything from the office. And I caught um, someone who was working there for 6 months taking like things from the bathrooms, like soap, dishwasher liquid, and towels. And I had to let her know that I confronted her with care, and instead of instead of me just blaming things on her and accusing her, I asked her first. And then she said, no, or whatever. So the second time, it was another time that I caught her actually. And instead of like accusing her, I asked her again, and I confronted her with care, and I had to let her, and I just put her to the side to be one of your former employees. I had to let her know about the policy, that it's against policy to take things from our job. We're not allowed to do that, and it's against policy to take things or whatever. And if you need anything, just go to the manager if it's personal. And you sit there and talk to her, let her know our concerns, to kind of make us look bad as employees to take things and go against the policy. And I was when I approached her with care, she apologized, and I had to let the former manager know that her actions, because her actions was very inappropriate to be taking things. And I gave her a chance the first time to sit and talk to her and be a former employee, to let her know that it was not, it makes us look bad, and we have to set an example for to do the best we can. Another one is, name a time you went above and beyond. A time I went above and beyond is when I was working at Starbucks as a sales associate, as a cashier. I was currently on my break, and our former, or we have a customer who comes in every Friday by the name of Suzanne, very sweet lady. She will always order 2 lemon cakes and coffee, and always would sit by the window on the right side, where cashier, and she would always talk to us and ask us how we're doing in college or school. I asked her how her day is going and things like that. And out of nowhere, when she was packing up, she would save one for to go, and she would eat one with her coffee. And before she was getting to pack up, it started raining out of nowhere, like pouring down rain. So the fact that I'm on my break, I have time to like kind of help her. So I took one of our umbrellas, and I asked her, may I assist you, may I help you, and walk you out to your car so that you won't get rained on, And she asked, no problem. And the fact that we build relationships with our customers is very important, to go above and beyond in your job, because it's important for me to go above and beyond my job every day to help customers, to assist them, and to be considerate. So I walked her to her car and held the umbrella over so she wouldn't get wet, opened the car door over, and she thanked me. And she also, acknowledged me for that, and formally told my manager. My manager, when I do certain things go above and beyond, I always get promotions. And it's also good on our business to be considerate and empathetic to your employees and your customers. So, okay, I'm going to stop that.